I think we share the same opinion, is that Bitcoin is the king of cryptocurrency. Now, I love Steem, I love Ethereum, I love Litecoin, all that stuff, right? We love the cryptocurrencies. We love all digital markets. However, we can't deny the fact that Bitcoin is the king of cryptocurrencies. And so when people think, the mainstream thinks about Bitcoin, they immediately think, or when the mainstream thinks about cryptocurrencies, they think Bitcoin.
Right.
So Bitcoin is literally the gold, the king of cryptos. So if anything, we're going to see more interest once the Bitcoin volatility starts to mellow out a little bit. I think more interest is going to come into the market because it went so high. There is that feeling that it's going to go that much more higher.
I think so, yeah. Well, some people are getting a little nervous or panicky. Others are looking on the bright side and expecting it, hoping for it to go higher. I'm still learning about different digital or cryptocurrencies now. I'm finding out about some I'd never even heard of before. But Bitcoin is the leader, and that's the one that people think of when they haven't even heard of cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. And I will say that there is once this truck passes by, I will say that there is a credibility. There is a credibility. Oh, why do I do this? There is a credibility factor. I'm going to include that, by the way. I think it's pretty funny. But there is a credibility factor with Bitcoin, right? I mean, because it has gone up and then it fell back down again. It's gone up to that same level and then higher, and it's repeating that volatility and going back higher yet again. There's a credibility that, despite the fact that it is volatile, that it always keeps building back up. So I think now the mainstream is very interested with the depressed valuations in Bitcoin. I think there's going to be mass pandemonium towards Bitcoin. I think we are headed towards a resolute bull market after this period of volatility is over. What do you think?
I think so. I think there's already been a mass, I would just say, magnetism towards Bitcoin, but that's just a representation of just a fraction of the population. And there's been a lot of people going to Bitcoin, but I think it's going to become a lot more. There's going to be more people joining. And I was just reading an article last night. I should have been asleep in bed, but I got really wrapped up in this article about how Bitcoin is starting to go mainstream. I think it's becoming more of becoming more attractive as a mainstream source or an alternative source of or an alternative currency.
Correct. I mean, Japan and India are in the path of accepting Bitcoin as a legitimate alternative currency. So Japan made the first big move as a major developed country, and we're talking Japan here. We think that when we look at cryptocurrencies that we are basing it on an American bias, that we think of it just in American terms. No, this is an international market and it is being traded 24/7. So yes, there's volatility, but guess what? That's just the way it goes sometimes. Okay, we don't have a overseer in this market trying to protect, we don't have a plunge protection team in Bitcoin, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's great that we have a totally free market, and part of having a free market means failure. You got to have the ability to fail. And what we're going to find, though, is after this period of failure, we're going to find more enthusiasm, more volume heading into Bitcoin. So I think we are on an excellent path here. Do not be discouraged. Right? I think that's the ultimate message here is don't be discouraged. Just hold steady. We're going to do just fine. The word is getting out, and it continues to spread, and I think it's going in the right direction. Yep. So all right. Well, I'm enthused, Mark. So thank you for joining us, and we're going to film another episode of Steemistry very soon.